Robin and Melanie paid nearly $200,000 for their deluxe fifth wheel, yet no one seems willing to fix it.
Water would leak in to the point where it would get into the plugs and kick the breakers off.
Welcome to the channel. I'm Liz. I get people the help they need when they're stuck in an RV nightmare. That help has included factory repairs, cash settlements, and a truckload of buybacks. None of this could have happened without you liking, subscribing, and sharing, making this channel the force that it is. Today, Melanie and Robin share the struggles that they've been through trying to get defects fixed on their extra large, high-tech toy hauler. And I'll have Jayco's response later in the video.
We had 4 kids and we wanted to get a bigger RV. We looked at a couple different dealers and the Jayco size mix seemed to be the better built unit. Mel really wanted the side deck and I wanted the toy hauler so that we can bring our ATVs with us.
The shopping experience was great. The dealer was great.
The price was basically the sticker price. We negotiated a little bit on the trade value for our old trailer. We paid $187,000 for this unit and we purchased it from Lazy Acres in Orillia, Ontario. The walkthrough, that was a whole other thing. I knew more about the unit than the technicians did. They didn't even know how to use the voice command.
In the PDI, we did note the wheel damage on the side deck. There was a big hole.
The wheels that came from the factory that rolled the deck in and out that came loose during shipment, it wore a hole through the decking material.
We asked for them to fix it and they agreed.
They delivered the unit to us because I didn't have an adequate truck at the time to haul it. We opened the deck up. They had just patched the deck and put a cover over it and we were expecting it to be like new. Called the dealer immediately and said that we weren't happy with it. Decided to, hey, let's spend the night in it. We opened the awnings up, get everything out and open because we couldn't do that at the walkthrough. There wasn't enough adequate room. We were sitting inside eating our dinner.
We just hear a huge bang. I thought the trailer had come off the stands or something. That's how loud it was. And then I immediately opened the door to check and I couldn't even open the door because the awning was right there.
The awning completely fell off the side of the trailer. The drum screws were all stripped out and that was the failure point. And when that failed, it meant all of the arms, it caused substantial damage.
The actual roll of the awning, that's what detached.
One of the arms was still attached, the one came completely disconnected, and when that part fell, it broke all the other arms and broke the aluminum right at the pivot points. We can get out the rear door of our trailer, but our main entry door, we couldn't get out. We called the dealer to try to get them to fix it. The dealer would not come out to do the repairs for us.
The selling dealer is 3.5 hours from our house, so it is pretty far.
I had to dismantle it myself to be able to move the unit to bring it to another service center.
Our only local dealer here that services units like ours is not a Jayco dealer. That ended up having to come out of our pocket to pay for the repairs.
We were getting ready to leave on a big trip, so we needed our unit. We were doing our trip out to the East Coast. We were going to put on probably about 4,000 or 5,000 kilometers. Noticed when I first hooked up that the Dexter Tow Assist was in a fault mode. I had to educate myself on that and download the app and figure out what the fault codes were. Apparently it was never programmed from the factory. Since warranty, that's kind of gone on and they haven't been still able to program it. We were boondocking. We fired up our generator. It was a warm day. Fire up our ACs and the generator kicks out because it can't even support 1 or 2 ACs. We've got 3 AC units. We've got a 6,000 watt generator. It should be able to sustain that. Looking into it, I noticed that they had all 3 ACs and all of the house wiring. They had everything wired on the one circuit. It was popping that circuit constantly. It's warm. We have a fairly large unit and we couldn't get it cool. During our travels, the main slide out, when you pull it in, there was a piece of trim at the bottom corner. That piece of trim was cut at the wrong length. And so that wore into our cover.
Because we do have the luxury version, this is not something we expected to happen.
Every time we'd stop and go, or just sitting at the campground, we would get sewer gases inside. Our toilet would burp. We finally figured out that the sewer gases were coming from the shower. We ended up filling a Ziploc bag full of water and placing it on top of the shower drain to just stop that.
And that's really, really miserable because a lot of the times when we were taking a trip, instead of stopping at a restaurant, we would stop and eat in our trailer while we're sitting, eating, and smelling the sewer gas. So it was not pleasant at all.
We finally found a dealer that would work with us. Jayco approved dealer, and we had a long list of items. The fender was rubbing on the pullout, the fenders were cracked, trying to still continue to get our side deck replaced properly or repaired properly, not just patched.
The generator, the back door latch was completely broken off.
The LED light strip that used to be on our main awning, the one that we got replaced, didn't have the LED light strip.
That main light is a lot of the light in the front. So without that light strip, it is very dark under our awning.
It's a stick-on thing. They didn't improve that. We live in Northern Ontario. We store our RVs in the wintertime. I drained all my tanks, flushed all of my tanks, put coolant in all of my lines. We brought it into them, left it there for a week.
Quick pause, because what's happening to Melanie and Robin is exactly what I'm trying to help you avoid. You want to take your time, do your research, and get an independent RV inspection. I put together a complete RV buyer's guide so you know which RVs to buy and which ones to stay away from. It's written using insights from my audience of over 200,000 people, plus real cases that I've personally worked on. The guide covers over 200 brands broken down by specific years and models. So you're not just picking a brand, you're picking the right version of that RV. Because as you're seeing on this channel, one bad choice can lead to a very expensive nightmare. So if you're shopping for an RV or just thinking about it, this can save you time, money, and a whole lot of stress. The RV Buyer's Guide comes in both print and digital format, and right now, for a limited time only, the digital format is on sale for 25% off.
Little things got fixed, but our main worries were not.
The sewer gas coming up through the shower, the toilet burping.
They said that they looked it over. They also said that they didn't smell sewer gases, but our tanks were empty.
They apparently went through it and ran water through the system. And when I got my unit back, I still had my antifreeze in my lines. We started having issues with our windows leaking. It would leak onto the floor behind our couch here. We have some plugins back there. Water would leak in to the point where it would get into the plugs and kick the breakers off. They did repair a couple of the windows that we had noted that needed to be repaired. The one window where the inner pane completely fell off because they're dual pane windows and flopped in, that window is still not replaced. One of the windows that kept fogging is still fogging.
The fridge is extremely frustrating. The first time it broke, it was a Freon leak. Sure, not really anything anybody could have done. That did get replaced. But when we received the new fridge, we opened it up to use it, and it is completely broken. The shelves are forced in. They are broken through the side of the fridge, and our fridge has actual holes in the casing of the fridge now. So our fridge is constantly running. It won't stop.
We had been in contact with Jayco and offered to drive our unit to Indiana and leave it with them and get an Airbnb for 2 weeks while they fix it. And they would not allow us to do that. They sent us to 2 dealerships that refused us.
The dealers refused us either for how long we were or the fact that our unit was a luxury, it was new, and they didn't know anything about it.
We have a 47-foot unit, and not every dealer is set up to accommodate this size unit.
And also because of the technology inside the trailer.
This thing is very high tech. I love the features, which is why we bought it. It comes with voice control. I can connect wirelessly through my phone, auto level from my phone. As we're pulling into a campground, I can start my generator and turn my air conditioning on before we even arrive at the campground. So we're cool when we get there. And the techs weren't trained properly to know this technology. Till we finally found one on our own, that's where we were led to. Our issues are still not fixed. So we've literally run into a brick wall where we've been refused by dealers, and we've contacted Jayco to try to bring it right to them, and they won't allow us to.
By Jayco, we were offered an extra 90 days on our warranty, but 90 days isn't going to be enough when we've been dealing with this for 2 years. It has been very, very frustrating dealing with Jayco because it seems like every week I'm calling them to try to get the repairs, and then to be told that they want us to go through dealerships, but they're not repairing what we asked.
It's really impacted how we camp. We had another unit that we had for 9 years, and we put over 70,000 kilometers on this unit with minimal issues. This unit we took on our one big trip, and we've kind of stayed very local. There's all these issues. Every time we use it, there's something else. We're getting nowhere with it. We typically live in our trailer for the summer. This thing has spent more time in my driveway than it has anywhere else. My other unit spent next to no time in my driveway. We were out everywhere with it.
It's really hard for us to sit in our trailer and just enjoy our trailer. I tell him all the time, it's like, okay, let's stop talking about it. Let's just enjoy this weekend. Let's enjoy. And it's so hard to do because you walk through the trailer and it's constantly like, oh yeah, that's wrong. We haven't been able to fall in love with our trailer the way that we wanted to. As far as doing anything different, we paid $200 for full inspection of our trailer with the dealer, where they're supposed to walk you through the features of your trailer and all of that, which I wouldn't pay for that again.
Having a third party come in and do an inspection instead of relying on a dealer that's supposed to be qualified to do these inspections. I think that's the biggest mistake we made.
We researched the dealer mostly for what units they have, the amount of units they have, and the choices that they have. We did not look further into the dealer than that. What I would do differently next time is look more into the service, because this dealer, as we found out later on, they have horrible reviews for service.
We bought a brand new unit and it's never been brand new since we bought it. We want what we paid for. We paid a lot of money for this large luxury unit and we want our money's worth.
What we would like is for everything to be factory repaired.
I reached out to the selling dealer, which was Lazy Acres RV. I reached out to the top people there and I got no response. I also reached out to Jayco and they did respond right away. They're in talks with Robin and Melanie about factory repairs. Nothing has been confirmed, but that seems pretty hopeful. Breaking news just in. Melanie reports that Jayco has agreed to factory service and they'll pay for their hotel costs. Thank you, Jayco. What advice do you have for dealers? How can they improve their selling and customer experience? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I will keep you updated and I'll see you in the next video.